You talk about working closely with the CSO. Please explain.
The CSO is the Chief Spiritual Officer for me. And what I decided was that I had proved that this intelligence, this creative source, this source of my intuition had helped me over and over and over again. And I decided I wanted to bring it into my business. And although I had brought my practice into my business and was able to achieve great success, I wanted to make it a little more obvious and see if it was something that I could teach to my employees as well. So I'm, as a CEO, surround myself in my C-suite with people whose advice I value. I have a chief financial officer who advises us on the financial health of our company, a chief operations officer, a chief information officer that decides what technology is great for our company and for our products, chief marketing officer, and all of these people are subject matter experts, and they have a lot of advice. They know much more than I do about their areas of expertise. Well, I decided that the source of intuition, this divine intelligence, knew more than I did about everything because it had already proved to enable me to achieve my goals in ways that were beyond my rational mind. And so I decided to bring it into my business, but instead of putting it in the C-suite, I actually put it at the top of my organizational chart so that I, as the CEO, reported to it. You can imagine what my employees said. Who's the CSO? Is it a man? Is it a woman?
I wonder, I mean, we have CIOs and all these new titles for corporations now. Maybe we should have a CSO on the board as well.
Well, you know, it worked for me. When my employees asked me about the CSO, I said, look, it's a symbol. For you, it's a symbol, right? It's important for you to know what your CEO believes, and I'll explain that to you. But for you, it's a symbol because there are going to be times when stuff shows up that is unexpected and might even seem like a crisis. And what I need you to do is not let that affect you, but rather to actually write down what would be an ideal outcome. If your customer is really upset about something, write down, I'm so grateful that my customer and I work harmoniously together and that everything is peaceful and we have a fair exchange of value. If you have a flight delay that's going to make you miss a connection, well, describe that you get to your customer site or to your home on time and safely. I mean, figure out what the outcome is no matter what presents itself and see what happens. And if you get an intuitive or an innovative or a clever thought to take action, do it if it's not too scary. And so they did. And what ended up happening is I got text messages and phone calls and emails about the CSO providing guidance and intuition that was beyond anything that they could rationally imagine. And they realized great success. I mean, we had seeming crises where we thought we were going to lose a customer because we couldn't meet a particular requirement in the contract, only to find that as our developers and everyone decided what the outcome should be, which is a great outcome for everyone, they came up with an innovative idea that had never been done in our industry before, explained it, we were able to explain it to the customer, and it enabled us to serve the customer in an even greater way as a result of this out-of-the-box innovation. So that's who the CSO is.
It sounds like, when you think about it, it's like faith. It is faith.
Yeah. Well, faith is confidence. You know, I mean, really, when we have faith in something, we are having confidence in a particular outcome, right? So as we prove and repeat this over and over and over again, it gets easier and easier to do. You know, often that first 30 days of doing anything new can take some concerted effort. Same thing happened when we learned to type, or learn to read, or ride a bike, or drive a car. I mean, think about driving a car now. We can get home after driving home from work and have large parts of that drive completely, we were unaware of of that outcome. I mean, we would get home and we can't remember details of huge chunks of that drive. We're on autopilot. It became easier and easier and easier to do over time, and the same will happen with this practice. It will be easier and easier to rely on that intuition, on that source of intelligence to guide you in seeming miraculous ways.